Hey guys, how's it going? Good morning. Let me go and set up this room real quick and then we can get started. So let me go ahead and just fix this right here. 6:20 right now. We got about 20 minutes till market open. So let me just make sure we got everything all set up over here right now. Looks like we're pretty much good to go for the most part. See, today is September 16th and halfway through the month already. Update it right there. All right, that's good. All right, let me get this link sent out to the premium members real quick as well. All right, that looks good. Let's set up right here. Got ready to go. Hey guys, morning. Let's let everybody into the room now. It is 6:21. We got about 9 minutes till market open, so we do have some time. But I'm going to start letting people into the room as we kick off this trading session. So let me get this set up right here. All right, everything looks pretty much good for the most part. Let me get this right here. This is good. See, 6:22. We got about 8 minutes till market open. So this big spike in price right here was due to the news this morning. There was high impact U.S. news, which was there was core retail sales, unemployment claims, and the Philly Fed manufacturing index. So this is all like bullish news aside from the unemployment claims. And with that said, if what happens, the same thing happens that happened on I think Tuesday or something like that. I think you guys remember the CPI news. It was super bullish like this, and then on market open, it came right back down to where it originally was before the news event, which is right over here. And then it broke right through it, and then it just came crashing down even further. So, just looking back at previous, price action or whatever you want to call it, whatever happened with price after the news event, odds are it might happen again today because this was a big spike up. Let me see how big of a spike up it was. Yeah, it was nearly 1,000 pips. So, I mean, we'll see what happens from there, but it's something to look out for. If you guys see something happen like that, and this is how you guys start to develop an eye for US 30, because like for me, I trade US 30 every single day. So I see how it moves every single day and how it moves with respect to news. So just seeing how it happened on Tuesday, and you guys saw exactly how it happened, it usually repeats itself. That's usually what happens. It just comes in, retraces back to where it originally was before the news event. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing here. Nothing else. So we have about 6 minutes till market open. Once the market opens, I will confirm the fundamental bias. Looking over here on the technicals right now, we have a bullish bias. Reason for that is because price is above the pivots on the 1 hour. The trend meter is green. The 1 hour is not really necessary, but it's it's a good starting point. Looking at the higher time frame to see how it's actually moving. You can see like for the entire day yesterday, it was just going sideways. And then now it's starting to break outside of this area. However, it hasn't broken outside of it yet because the high point of this range is actually right over here. So it's still got a ways to go. It's still got a ways to go, but it's not necessarily one direction or the other. It's just the bias here is possibly going to be a buy. Looking here on the 10-minute, same situation. Price is above the pivots. The trend meter is also green. Here on the 3-minute, same situation. I took a speculative sell right here, and the reason for that is because how I mentioned, price shot up right here and I'm expecting it to come back down. So I'm trying to catch a little bit of that drop right there. I don't recommend anyone take it. Only take this if you guys know what you're doing. This is all speculation. This is only because what I just mentioned earlier, I was looking how price moved with regard to the news, and I was just trying to catch a little move there. So I don't recommend anyone take it. It is a very risky trade. I only took it with, with understanding as to how price is likely to move. However, it's becoming a little more risky because it's getting closer to market open here. Same with the 1 minute over here. Price is what was above the pivots, now it's below. And we'll see what happens when the market opens. Once we get the fundamentals, we can confirm the proper direction. Right now, looking at the futures data, it's currently up 13 points, which is not very much at all. Looking at retail sentiment, this thing hasn't moved at all like this whole week. You guys can see yesterday it went up to or on Sunday, it went up to about 60%. I was able to catch some nice moves there. However, now it's back at 51%. This isn't normal. If you guys have been trading with me for the past, year, 2 years, 3 years from now, this is never like at 50%. It's usually at like 60, 70, even 80% sometimes. Right now, the market is just very indecisive as to where it wants to go. So something to keep in mind. There's a lot of different factors here, not just the technicals. I know a lot of people just focus on technicals, but there's other things that you need to look at. You need to look at the fundamental analysis. You also need to look at the retail sentiment, which isn't really giving us anything. On top of that, you need to look at news to make sure that there's nothing that's going to affect the market throughout our trading session. We have a couple news events here. They're not very high impact, but they are news events nevertheless. So we'll see what happens from here. This is starting to drop even further. It's dropping to where I was anticipating it to. Let me see my trade over here. Okay, yeah, it's dropping down to where it's currently in profit. I'm thinking if I should just close it out because it's getting close to market open, but I'll hold on to it for a little bit longer, and then I'll see basically what's going to happen from here. So that's that. Let me see the group over here. Everyone's made it into the room right now, so let me just scroll up real quick. Morning Dean, morning Clyde, morning Shane, morning Adrian, morning Dejan, morning Maria. Dejan said rainy days equals triple profits. Yeah, man, this weather is kind of it's starting to feel like fall here. Here in California, normally it's like really sunny right now, but it's starting to move into fall, so it's really dark right now. Looks like it might even rain. Morning Taryn. What's up, Justin? Maine said, good morning, Shawn. Real quick before the market opens, is the trend meter still a valid tool? Of course, it's still a valid tool. If it wasn't a valid tool, it wouldn't be an indicator. I'm not sure like where these questions are coming, because I know we talked yesterday and like there was a lot of confusion, and you've been around for a while, so I'm just trying to like these questions just started coming out of nowhere. I'm not sure if like did you just forget like how everything worked, or is there some sort of different confusion that's really, because I want to make sure that you're understanding this stuff, man, because you've been with us for a while now and it seemed like everything was going well. And yesterday we had a conversation and like it seemed like everything that you knew kind of just went out the window. Everything here works. I mean, there's nothing here that doesn't work. Nothing is outdated. Nothing does not work. The trend meter is on here every single day, right? If it wasn't working, I wouldn't have it on my chart. So I just want to make sure that there's nothing else that's confusing you. I don't know if you're trying to learn trading from someone else. Maybe that's a case where you're trying to learn stuff from other people or other things that's confusing you, but everything still works. Nothing's changed. If anything changed, I wouldn't be using it here on my chart. So just, something to keep in mind. Other than that, morning Al, morning Abraham, morning Matt, morning Alex, morning Peter, morning Fahad, morning Lisa, morning everybody, morning Brandy, morning David, morning Christopher, morning everybody. So yeah, Maine, if you just want to confirm, I don't know like what is really confusing you, or like what's like I don't know. I'm trying to figure out like what's going on, because you seem like you were doing pretty well before, and now it's like a bunch of questions where you're not sure how anything works. Like we talked about the pivots yesterday. You're not sure about the trend meter. You're not sure about the high-low indicators over here. I just want to clear everything up so that you're good and you can continue to be good with your trading. So all right. Anyways, back to what I was saying earlier. Market's about to open in about 2 seconds. So once the market opens right here, we can confirm the possible, move in one way or the other. So let's see what's happening over here. All right, so price is spiking up right here. Let me look at this fundamentals over here. So price currently open at 46 points in the green. but price is kind of just, it's kind of all over the place right now. So let's see what's going on over here. This is currently 46 points in the green. Looking at the index over here, index is right down the middle. It's not really very red or very green. It's half green, half red. Looking over here at the futures data is currently 12 points in the green as well. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of just going sideways. It's not really picking a direction one way or the other. Let's see. All right, so we don't really have a bias at all one way or the other. Let's see. All right, so this thing's shooting up pretty heavy right now. So it's confirming the bullish bias that we had. This thing is shooting up too heavy right now. I don't know if I want to even play around with it. Because I don't know this big bullish move. It looks like a lot of people are following up on the news. So the news happened about a while ago. It happened about an hour ago. Yeah, about an hour ago. It was bullish news. So it looks like a lot of people are hopping into that bullish news earlier. And it's just continuing to the upside. So a lot of people who are entering during the New York session, they're just following up on the news that happened about an hour ago, pre-market, and then now people are hopping into that buy. I don't know if I'll hop into this buy yet because it's such a big push up right here. Even though it's a strong candle, this is a big candle right here. It's a 500 big candle. So what might happen is it might come down and retrace. I mean, if you guys want to take this breakout, you guys can, but I'm not going to take it. I'll just mark it up right here for whoever wants to take it. I just don't want to get caught in the retracement. I'm going to watch it for a bit before I decide to take it. Maybe I'll hop in for a last minute entry. But last thing I want to do is enter the trade. And then as soon as I enter it, it comes right back down to here. And then it shoots back up, right? Or it comes all the way back down from this point. As you can see right here, I'm just going to watch it and I'll probably get in for a discount if it pulls back below here. Or if it pulls up to the halfway mark over here, I'll probably just continue riding on to this from where it currently is. So I'll just catch it for a partial move if it does reach that point there. And you can see right here, it's doing exactly what I just said, right? This is why I don't want to enter it because it's going to pull back. It's just pushed up too high. Whenever it pushes up too high like that, it has to retrace at some point. So maybe I'll catch it as it comes back down here because what might happen is it might come back down here. And then it just might shoot all the way back up, kind of like what's happening right here, right now. I'm tempted to enter, but I don't want to enter just yet. This whole market has been kind of weird this whole week, this week and the past couple of weeks. If I do enter at some point, I'm definitely going to be moving my stop loss and profit just like I did yesterday because the market's just too erratic right now, right? It's kind of going back and forth. So let's see, maybe I'll just hop in for a quick little move. And then let's see. All right, let me get my TP ready over here. I got to do everything manually because the pricing is so off. All right, moving my stop loss and profit. Fuck, it closed me out. It closed me out too early. Yeah, I moved my stop loss and profit over here. I made about 800 off that trade, so not anything crazy. Damn it. It closed me out a little too early. So as soon as it pushed up, because I entered like around this area right here, when it shot up, I moved my stop loss and profit to this area, to TP1, and then it closed me out in profit already. So I'm already out of the trade. You guys heard that little click sound. That was my profit target hitting for that move right there. Unfortunately, I didn't get the full TP, but it's all good. That's what happens when the market's too volatile. So the TP1's already hit. I'm already out of the trade. If you guys want to hold on to it, feel free. If not, like I mentioned yesterday, guys, it's really up to you guys. If you guys want to hold on to it, don't be upset if it comes back down and hit your stop loss. Because yesterday I warned you guys like a lot of times that it was probably going to be really risky and you should move your stop loss in profit or pull out at TP1. A lot of people pulled out, so everyone made profit. There was like maybe one or two people who didn't. I'm not saying they were upset, but they were they felt like I should have gave more of a warning, even though I gave them a big enough warning from the beginning. So just to reiterate what I just said, if you guys don't feel comfortable about a position, pull out. It's currently in profit. You have a ton of opportunity to pull out. Don't let your emotions get the best of you here, because I'm already out in profit, and I'll send you guys my profits right now just to show you guys that I did get in and I got out. at that point in time over there. I was planning on moving my stop loss in profit anyways, but I moved it a little early, got pulled out right here at about 800 pips. But it's really up to you guys, right? I'm not here to control your account. I'm not here to tell you exactly what to do. You're your own person, you know, you're your own trader. So you have to be able to control your emotions in situations like this. So just, you know, another reminder to you guys, if you guys want to pull out, pull out. If you guys want to hold on, hold on. But at the end of the day, it's going to be up to you. You know, everything is your responsibility here. So other than that, let me just give you guys a little update for the halfway mark there, because that's where I pulled out, and I'll send you guys my profit shortly as well, just to show you guys that, you know, that was something that I actually took. So let me just give you guys a little update over here. All right. So there we go again with the TP1 for that. Let me give you guys a little update with my profits over here too. Let's see. Yeah, and this is exactly what I was just referring to, right? See how price is coming back down. I warned you guys as much as possible to, you know, to possibly pull out if you wanted to. But if you guys wanted to hold on to it, that's completely fine, because it can probably swing all the way back up. It's just the way that the market's moving today is not really moving smoothly at all. It's kind of just going back and forth. And you can see right here, as price continues to bounce back and forth, it's not a smooth move at all. It's just, you know, it's a back and forth movement. So just because of what happened yesterday, I didn't feel comfortable holding it. That's why I moved my stop loss back into profit again, like I did yesterday. And, you know, that's basically where I locked in that profit. So let me just give you guys a little update with that trade that I took right there. Like, guys, I can only help you guys as much as possible. If you guys don't listen to my advice or like what I'm giving you, then there's not much I can do about it, right? So here, let me show you both my accounts. I only locked in a little bit. I locked in about 810 off one account and then 400 off the other one. It's just really, it was a really quick move. So I wasn't able to catch a lot of it. Let's see. And there you go, as price starts to shift back to the other side over there. All right, let's do a little update right here on my side. Yeah, Patricia just said she's done for the day. Because of how the market's moving, guys, like, you know, there's a reason why we trade this way. You know, some days we're taking a lot more risk, and on other days we're not, because on some days the market just isn't moving that smoothly. And there you go, as price starts to swing back up. So guys, at this point, when price swings back up, you guys already know what to do if you guys don't feel comfortable about the position. I'm not saying it's not going to hit TP, but I'm also not going to say that it's going to hit TP, because there's no guarantees here. All right, let me see what we got over here. Well, let's keep watching it, because it's still 638 right now. We don't even have any entries that are available for the scalps, and I'll go over the scalps shortly as well. I'm just trying to take a screenshot of today's profits. It's just my phone keeps free. I got to get the new iPhone. It's to finally order it on tomorrow, actually. I don't know if you guys saw the new iPhone 13. I need to get a new one, because I keep I do all of my video editing on this phone. So my phone is like all beat up and like used up. So I got to go get a new phone. I'm going to get the new iPhone when it comes out on next week. I'm going to pre-order it tomorrow. So let me just finish setting this. Damn, man, this thing's not even letting me screenshot my thing. Okay, one more try. There we go. As the price continues to move. All right, perfect. And I swear, these iPhones, whenever they get updated, they just, there's always issues with them. They do that like on purpose, because they make you want to buy the new one. It's good for the most part. There you go. As price starts to swing back up. I'm not in the position, so that's why I'm not really worried about anything. I'm already pulled out in profit, so that's not a big deal to me. But yeah, if you guys are still in the position, you know, you guys already know what to do, depending on your risk tolerance. If you're okay with like holding on to it, then hold on to it. If not, then then don't. All right, let me get this. And I give up on this. I give up on trying to take a screenshot. So I'll send you guys the profits a little later. It's just not my phone's not letting me take the screenshot right now. All right, anyways, looking at this right here, let's see. Charlie is asking about the 3-minute scalp. I wouldn't take the scalp right now, Charlie, because how the price is moving, right? Price is kind of moving really volatile right now, so I wouldn't recommend taking it at this point. I'll probably wait a little bit. So it's 6:40 right now. I'd probably wait until like about 6:50 or 7, and then once the market smoothens out, because you can see how price is moving, it's like huge spikes on the top side, huge spikes on the bottom side, just going back and forth, right? This whole thing is going back and forth, and this is exactly what I was worried about. So I'm already on profit. I'm gonna try to take a screenshot of my profits real quick, because I don't know what's going on with my let's see if I can get this here. Man, I don't know what's going on with this shit, dude. It's weird. It like lets me take the it lets me take the screenshot on my other account, but it doesn't let me take it on this one, which is weird. I don't. Jay, I see your question. I'll come to you in a little bit. Give me 1 second. Just trying to take the stupid thing real quick. Whatever. I'll post it up in a little bit. All right, so price is starting to come back down right here off the 1 minute. Same with this on the 3 minute, but it's still above the pivot. So I'm not really going to look for any sells yet. But you can see how volatile the market is, right? So market open right here. Let me just measure it. So market open right here. And then you can see it's moved about 1,119 pips, right? It's a big move right there from the open. It's too volatile right now for you guys to really hop into stuff, because you guys just don't want to get caught into any of these entries over here. So let me see what else we got over here real quick. Aaron said fresh cut. Let me find out you went to Supercuts. Yeah, Aaron, definitely. Hey Riga, morning Duncan, morning Jeffrey, morning Kenny. Dawson said, can you look at my markup? I don't see your markup anywhere, Dawson. Do you post it anywhere? I don't have any messages from you. I don't see any messages here on the YouTube. I don't see anything from you. So I'm not sure what your markup is. If you want to send it, I can take a look, but I don't see your markup anywhere. Let me scroll up. I don't see you here on the Zoom either. All right. Mandy said close me out too. So let's check out the profits over here. So let's see what you guys locked in for the morning. Jamie locked in a total of 812. Nice work right there, Jamie. Great profits right there for you. Clyde over here as well locked in a total of 422. Nice work, Clyde. Looking over here at the K² Premium Trade Talk, Alex over here locked in a total of 1,176. That was Alex in the Zoom right there. He said that he was done for the day, and he's now looking to just trade on his. He's gonna use his practice account. He's done trading off his challenge, and then now he's gonna use his practice account, which is a good idea, because the market right here, you guys can see it's moving back and forth, right? It's a big, huge back and forth movement. Like I mentioned before, this is gonna be the change from the news earlier. So this 530 candle right here was based off the news. So you can see a breakout to the upside, consolidation, break back up, and then now it's probably going to come right back down like it did on, I can't remember that day. Was it Tuesday? Was it Wednesday? One of those days, price came right back down to where, you know, it started from news, and then it just broke through it and just crashed down super heavily. So with this kind of market, you definitely want to be careful because you're not really sure what direction price is going because there's no real direction, right? You can see price comes up, then it comes right back down. And I trade based off momentum. So I'm looking for momentum swings in the market. That's how we trade every day, right? You guys have seen all the strategies here that we apply. They're all based off momentum. So I don't use any price action here. If you guys have price action questions, I'm not a price action trader. I trade off momentum. So, everyone could have different theories of like what price is going to go and whatnot. But what we do here has been working for the past, 3+ years. So that's why we continue to use it. There's no right or wrong way to trade. But you just use whatever works and whatever works for you. So other than that, let me see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. Let me scroll up a little bit. Oh, sorry, I didn't even go over all the profits. Larkin over here locked in a total of 15,000. Damn, nice work. Larkin took both trades. So Larkin took some sells this morning, just like, I was talking about this morning, some sells, and then he took some buys here off the breakout, locked in a total of 15,753. Great work, Larkin. Looking over here at Jonathan locked in a total of 737. Nice work, Jonathan. Looks like you just started a new FTMO. Congrats. Justin Mugai over here locked in a total of 882. Looks like he took some speculative sells as well. And he took the buy right there that we took, locked in some nice profit. So guys, what I always need to remind you guys is that sometimes it's better to be safe than sorry, right? If you guys pulled out when I pulled out for that breakout, you would have made some profit. If you didn't, unfortunately, you had the same situation of like what happened yesterday. That's why I always try to warn you guys as much as possible how a trade is going to be risky or it's not going to be risky pre-market, so that you guys can be more prepared with the these exits. So Patricia over here as well. Patricia locked in a total of 4,143. She took buys and sells both ways, but she also noticed how the market's moving. Patricia said, done for the day, going to be very cautious right now. Exactly, like she's taking my advice when I'm giving you guys these hints that the market's not really moving how it normally does. One way to really determine like if the market is moving smoothly or not is looking at retail sentiment, because this is all what trading is about, right? Retail sentiment is showing where all the retail traders are. The market really moves based off retail traders, right? This is how the market makers and institutions decide where to push price. If more retail traders are long, they're going to push price down. If more retail traders are short, they're going to push price up. Right now, there's no bias. It's just 51%. So, it's kind of a free for all. Price just goes up, price goes down. There's no structure where price is necessarily going to keep going up or keep going down. This is one way to look at it. Another thing to look at is going to be the fundamentals over here. The fundamentals aren't even one, it's not one-sided either. If you look here at the actual stock index for US 30, this whole thing right here is half and half, right? It's half red, half green. So there's no more people on the red, there's no more people on the green. It's just half and half. So when it's half and half, there's no direction for you guys to really look at, right? If it was all green here, then obviously we'll be taking some buys. If it was all red, we're taking a bunch of sells. And this is what I'm trying to explain to you guys. This is what makes the market indecisive, because on market open, the stock market's supposed to go one way or the other, right? The Dow 30 is the top 30 stocks in the US stock market, which is one of the biggest markets in the world. So if you have the top 30 companies in the US right here and they're both indecisive, it's not going one way or the other, what does that tell you? That tells you that price that you don't know where to trade. You're basically gambling at this point because you don't know which way to trade. Looking here at technical analysis, some people trade strictly off technicals. Personally, I don't think that's enough. You need to look at the fundamentals. You need to look at the retail sentiment, because a lot of traps get set up here, right? Like say, for example, you're over here and you're trying to chase this buy. So you see a big bullish candle right here and you chase this buy, right? Because you're just trading off technicals. This is how some people like to trade. If you just take this buy right here, you would have gone burnt because price came all the way back down. And that's how a lot of new retail traders trade, because they trade strictly off technicals. So they see technical analysis. They see that this is a nice bullish move. And what happens? They try to hop into that bullish move and then price goes the complete opposite, right? So just something to keep in mind. This is just stuff that I picked up over my years of trading. And I'm just trying to share with you guys so that you guys are more prepared with all of your trades here. I always recommend you guys not to just base everything off technical analysis, base everything as a full spectrum of things: technicals, fundamentals, retail sentiment, news. There's a lot of different things you guys can look at. So other than that, I just don't see anything available right now. So I'm not really taking it. I'll put the strategies right here that we're going to be applying. So the 3 minute is going to be right here. We might have a 3-minute entry right here, but I don't think I'm going to enter it because of how price is moving. I just, you guys know how I trade. I'm very conservative with the way I trade. I don't like to take trades that aren't for sure because I just don't like losing trades. That's why we have a very high win rate here at K2 because I'm very careful with the trades that I choose. You know, like even if it's a small loss, like that will ruin my entire day. So the thing is, I don't like losing. So I'm only going to call trades that I know are for sure going to hit. I don't see any trades here that are for sure right now. Price is kind of just like iffy. It's like, so and so. So looking at the 1 minute right here, looks like the buys sort of changed from a buy to a sell. So now looking over here at the 3 minute, possibly if this is a valid sell signal, you can possibly take it for a sell. It doesn't look valid right now because it's a green candle within a red sell signal. So no valid signal right there. It doesn't fit the requirement because the first requirement is a valid K2 momentum signal. We skipped 3. Looking at number 1 over here, time frame number 1, we're going to be looking for the same thing. We're looking for a valid K2 momentum signal, and we're looking for it to be a sell. So right here, we're looking for a retracement, and we want to possibly catch it as it comes back down. And just looking at current price, so guys, look at what I marked up here, right? So if you guys came into the beginning of the session, I told you guys that price came up, and it was probably going to come back down to where price originally was before the news, right? The news candle is right here at 5:30. This is using my analysis that I just showed you. At 5:30 today, there was positive news for the US, right? Core retail sales, Philly Fed manufacturing index, all green, right? Aside from the unemployment claims. With all these being green, it pushed price up this way. And if you guys sat in on my session, like we just got onto this session about 20 minutes ago, price was up here. And I mentioned to you guys, I said, hey, price is probably going to come back down to where it originally was, right? And look what happened with price. It did exactly what I said it was going to do. Because I just know this stuff because I've been trading US 30 every day for like the past 3 years. So this is how it moves. This is normal movement. A lot of people will say that this is unusual. This is pretty usual to me because I see this pattern play out almost every time news comes out. So something to just keep in mind in the future. Other than that, let me see what else I missed. So let me check out the chat real quick. I'm gonna stop talking for a second before I lose my voice. Let me see what else we got over here. So scrolling up real quick. So Maine said, I only asked because sometimes my trend meter disappears and I don't know if that's training view being weird or actual indicator being weird, but I'm hip, I'm follow, and I follow, not lost. Yeah, Maine, the reason why yours over here probably disappears because you double click on your chart. So this is one thing that you might be doing. If you double click on your chart, it disappears, right? Because that's the shortcut for hiding your indicators on the bottom. If you double click again, it comes back up. So I think that's what you might have been doing, Maine. There's nothing wrong with the indicator. If there's something wrong with the indicator, I would let you guys know because I use the indicators every day. So I would know if there's something wrong with it. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I think what you might be doing is you just might be accidentally clicking on your chart twice because it takes it off, right? You can see right there, it's coming off and then you double click again, it comes right back on. So that might be the shortcut that you might be accidentally doing. So yeah, I'm glad you were able to clear that confusion up because, I just, for all you guys here, I want to make sure that you guys are getting this stuff and there's no confusion, right? This is very simple. All the strategies are very simple. There's no confusion there at all. I do the same process every single day. So you guys know exactly what I do and you guys can mimic that to take your own trades. So other than that, let me scroll down real quick and see what else I missed. Morning, Kenny Jeffries asking, damn, what a beast Larkin. I want to do that one day. And Larkin locked in some massive profits today. Scrolling back down, Albert locked in a total of 1,485. Great work, Albert. Alkin over here too, locked in a total of 2,621. Amazing work, Alkin. Let's see. Albert again down here, 1,652. No losses, straight wins. Amazing work right there, Albert. So big congrats to everybody here. Jeff over here too. Jeff locked in a total of 5,000 almost. Jeff over here, man, showing off. See what else we got over here. Salorm over here locked in a total of 1,130. Nice work, Salorm. Other than that, Maddie over here locked in a total of 1,016 off this one. And then his other account over here locked in a total of 1,146. Damn, so you just locked in a little extra right there, Maddie. Looks like you had an accident, huh? So you had a nice win right there. A little accident for 290 that you came right back with that 490. So you added a little more to that trade there. Patricia over here as well. Patricia locked in a total of 4,143. And you guys can see here that all of these profits are from, people within K2. These are all different K2 members. It's not just one or two people profiting. There's like hundreds of people here profiting. Jay over here as well locked in a total of 1,990. If you guys have more profits to send over, go ahead and put them in the group. You know, that's the whole goal here, guys. I can show you guys my profits every day, but that's not going to be impressive because obviously I'm going to do well. I created this strategy. But just seeing everyone else here profit, you know, this shows you that it's possible for everyone else to thrive off the same strategies that I apply every single day. And my goal is to make sure that you guys are consistent, right? Albert here on point. Albert's up, you know, all wins, no losses. Same with Jay, all wins, no losses. This is my goal, to make you guys consistent with your trading, because I'm sure that before you guys came to K2, you guys had like a lot of wins and losses. You guys were never really consistent, right? My goal here is make sure that you guys are consistent, so that you guys actually get all this stuff down. Other than that, let me see if I'm missing anything else here. Scrolling down real quick. Nice. Eric said he got the buy. He had his TP. Great work there. Let me scroll over here real quick and see what else I'm missing. Brian said news at 10 a.m. Eastern, business inventories, natural gas storage, FTM restricted. Okay, yeah, so there was news this morning, the one that we were just looking at. Yeah, this is what Brian was just referring to. So at 7 o'clock in about 4 minutes, there's business inventories coming out and the natural gas storage. He said it's restricted, so I would just recommend that you guys hold off on taking any trades. I think you just can't enter trades 2 minutes before and 2 minutes after. I remember someone confirmed that yesterday. If you guys are trading with FTMO. Kip said going to get a daily entry again today. So guys, another strategy that that we used to apply before was a daily entry. So I think Kip, you're the one that messaged me about it yesterday, right? Let me see. Oh yeah, no, definitely. Sorry, I forgot to respond to you yesterday, Kip. I'll respond to you later. But Kip, he was looking at the daily entry right here, and I'll show you guys what I mean by that. So if you guys have been part of K2 for the past year or so, this is the strategy that we used to use before I came out with these scalping strategies for you guys. Well, I've been using scalping forever, but I just introduced it to you guys this year. But let me just show you guys the daily entry. So this is the daily entry that Kip's looking for. So for this strategy right here, you just want to look for an entry after the New York Stock Exchange open, which is 6:30 a.m. Pacific time. So I'm going to just draw a line right here. 6:30, and this is yesterday on September 15th, right? So this strategy is like extremely simple. Like it's really difficult for you guys to really get this wrong because it's so simple. So first you want to look for an entry after the New York Stock Exchange open, which is 6:30 a.m., which is right here. Next up, you just want to confirm the first valid K2 momentum signal. So this is the first signal after market open, which is a buy signal with a green bullish candle within it. After that, you want to enter on the open of this following candle, and you want to set your TP stop loss to 1,500 pips. So we have that set right there. This is a big move because this is a daily move. This move is supposed to happen throughout the entire day. This is something that you can just set and forget. So for this trade right here, you let this run. It pulls down a little bit, right? Which is normal. This is a daily entry. This is something that you're supposed to hold on to for like a whole 24 hours. So it pulls back a little bit, and look what happens here. All the way back up to full TP. So Kip actually spotted that yesterday, and he was like, "Hey, is this legit?" So, and I went over and I was like, "Yeah, that's perfect entry right there because it fits all the requirements." So looking at this right here, you would have made about 1,500 pips within about 4 hours. You know, it's a lot longer than the scalps, but it's for a bigger move. So just something to keep in mind. We're probably going to start applying this more often as we enter the fall, because we are in fall now. So the market is starting to pick up. During the summer, volatility is very low, so we're not able to take this trade. But during the fall, we're able to take this trade because it starts to actually pick up. So definitely great work there in identifying that, Kip. And now that's what he's looking for today as well. So looking at this right here, I'll probably take it with a smaller lot size with you, Kip. 6:30 right here. If this candle right here closes in the next 30 seconds, you know, I'll probably take it with you. I'll take it with a really small lot size. I'll take it with like a 1 lot, just so that I can let it run. Because this trade right here is, you know, it's one of those trades that you just have to let it run, and it takes a long time for it to hit. But when it does hit, it hits, right? It like really hits. So other than that, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing over here. So no entry there yet, Kip. I don't think so. Yeah, no entry yet because we don't have the signal. So we're gonna keep waiting for that. Let's see. Coach CJ's asking, is there a website like that for gold as well that shows buy and sellers in the market? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could. Let me see if I can Google it, see if I can find it. Let's see, ID sentiment. Let me see if I can find it here. I'm not sure because I don't trade gold as much. I have a sentiment here for. Yeah, actually, let me see if I can pull this up right here. I'm assuming it's so it's a little different the way that it works here because it just says gold. So I mean, it's the same exact website. You can just search up IG sentiment gold. This is what I searched up right here. I searched up IG sentiment XAU USD. They don't have XAU USD, but they have gold, like the actual gold. So here, let me see. So gold is 83% long. I think this is specifically for gold. So let me pull up gold real quick and I'll see where price is going from there. So let's see, we got gold right here. Okay, perfect. So right here, if people are long gold, that means people are buying gold, right? So it does look like it's working here because gold's doing the opposite. So CJ, so like I mentioned before, when people are buying gold, I want to do the opposite, right? Uh, so I want to do the opposite. If people are buying gold, I want to sell gold. So if you follow this exactly how we trade US 30, like damn, there's a lot of money that could have been made here. I'm kind of curious. Maybe I should start trading gold. So yeah, damn, look at this. So this came from right here from September 14th up until today. Everybody, like a bunch of people are buying gold for whatever reason. People are buying gold. There's like 83% of traders who are long gold right now, and this thing is tanking. So if you like use my liquidity zones right here, like you could have made a killing off this because price was going up. And so this is what I would have done. Like Christopher, I know you love these liquidity zones. Like this is like your favorite thing in the world. You ask me about it every day, which is it's a good thing that you like it. And I'm gonna show you how it will work here. So okay, so the market sentiment over here is like 83% long, right? And you see price just keeps pushing up higher and higher because the retail traders just keep hopping onto these buys, right? What I do here is I'm going to create some liquidity zones around these areas. So I'm going to create a liquidity zone right here as price continues to push up higher again. So it doesn't come and trigger my liquidity zone, right? So it comes up higher. I'm going to create another liquidity zone right here. And then price goes higher. Actually, I'm gonna create another liquidity zone right here too, because price just keeps spiking down. So I'm just gonna show you guys like the power of like using, my retail sentiment analysis with liquidity zones that I draw up. So price goes up again right there, another liquidity zone right here. So what I'm anticipating right here is that when price hits these liquidity zones, when it breaks it, so right here, right, if price closes below here, I'm expecting it to come crashing all the way back down. Because with what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to trade the opposite of everyone else. If everyone's long, I'm trying to go short because that's where the market makers are going, right? Because they want to stop all these people out and make money off them. So right here, price goes below it. At this point, I'm like, all right, cool. It's going to come crashing from here all the way down here, right? So if I take a sell right there, it would have been slow right there a little bit. Would have went into some drawdown. And then eventually it goes into consolidation. I would have still been holding it. And then there you go. It starts to move lower and lower from that point. There you go. See, like it would have been a longer hold, but it would have dropped all the way down there, hit my TP. And then as soon as it drops below here again, I'm anticipating to drop even further. So again, right there, you see how it drops below? At this point, I would have waited for it right there. It dropped right below the liquidity zone. Would have entered another short right there. And damn, this thing went flying from this point, flying to the ground. And And there you go. It just went straight back down. So you could use the same process. Like basically all the strategies I use for US 30, you can use it for gold too if you want. And these would have been some huge moves right here for gold. So if you want to go look for that, it's I mean, you just look it up. It's the same strategy I use for US 30. It's just on gold. That's usually what you're looking for. I like looking for retail sentiment when it's very high. It's 83% long right now. If it's 83% long, then I'm probably looking for some sells here too. So what I'm going to be looking for, I'll probably keep following gold, and then I'll see how price goes up. And then as price goes up, I'll just I'll add some more liquidity zones right here. So this would be a liquidity zone right down there. So if price closes below this area, you know, expect it to drop even more. So that's pretty much my little analysis right there for that. Hopefully that helps you guys out with your thought process and whatever you guys are looking for. But yeah, same thing here. It's the same thing as my US 30 sentiment right there. It's just for gold. Maybe I should start trading gold because US 30 is just not, it's only 52%. So it's not really moving one way or the other. All right, back to the charts. Let me go back to US 30 over here. There's nothing available. We're looking for a retracement to the upside and then a drop back down right here. Maybe I'll trade gold on my, you know, on days like this where like US 30 is not really moving, because we could probably make a lot of profit off that as well. I'm just not really familiar with gold because I don't trade it as much. So I'm not as skilled as trading that, but it's the same process. You know, you can apply any of the US 30 strategies to gold if you wanted to. All right, other than that, let's see. DL is asking, just wondering why there wasn't a sell signal for that huge drop. Are you talking about the 10-minute right here, DL? So if you're talking about the 10-minute, I mean, because there was a sell signal here for the 3-minute, there's also a sell signal here for the 1-minute, but for the 10-minute over here, the reason why there wasn't a sell signal is because there's a lot of resistance from the bottom side. Look, if you take everything off right here and delete this, see how there's huge wicks on the bottom side? There was technically a sell signal that was pending, but when price swung back up right before the candle closed, it disappeared. Same with this candle right here, right? We were just looking at this candle right here because we wanted to take it for the sell. It was pending, and then as soon as it spiked back up, the momentum died down, because these momentum indicators identify momentum swings, right? So unless the momentum is strong, it's not going to close. Again, right here, huge wick off the bottom side. It was a pending sell, and then now it just disappeared. So that's why sometimes they don't close, because the momentum isn't strong enough, especially here on the 10-minute. This is where the momentum is a lot stronger compared to the 1-minute and the 3-minute. Other than that, here, let's see. Ellis is asking, when you have a moment, can you explain difference between stop limit orders and how to use each? So Ellis, I'm not sure if you watched the videos in the course, because you know all the basic questions like this are answered in the course. It's explained in detail in there, but I'll show you right here exactly, you know, just a quick little rundown. So for example, if you're trying to take a sell right here, say if you want to take a sell and your entry point is below price. If your entry point is below price, like it is right here, let me zoom out a little bit. Okay. So if you're trying to enter for a sell down here, right? Price is currently above it. You have to use a sell stop, because that's the only order that's available for you. Vice versa. If you're trying to enter a sell and price is below, but your entry is up here, it's going to be a sell limit. So that's the difference between a sell limit and a sell stop. So if you want to enter up here, it'd be a sell limit. Vice versa. If you want to enter a sell, a sell stop, it'd be below here because it's below price. Those are the two main differences between a sell limit and a sell loss. A sell limit and a sell stop. Vice versa, if you want to take a buy, say for example, you want to take a buy up here, right? Basically, if your entry is in front of current price, then it's going to be a buy stop, because once it goes this way, it's going to trigger your buy order and it's going to fill it. Vice versa, if you want to enter a buy and it's below current price, it's going to be a buy limit. So it's a super simple question that a lot of people just, you know, they still don't understand, but that's like something that for sure you have to like get down. You know, what I probably want to recommend, Ellis, is you probably go through the introduction lessons in the course, and they're not that long. So I'm not sure if you just skipped over it or you missed it, but and I don't mind teaching you. It's just for you to really understand this stuff, you have to actually struggle, right? You can't just ask me the question because I'll answer it for you and then you won't actually understand anything. You're just going to be like, oh, okay. And then 5 minutes later, you're like, wait, what did Shawn say? And you're not going to know what I just explained to you. So sometimes you have to struggle and actually watch these videos to understand it for yourself. If you go here to the intro videos, I mean, you can watch these intro videos in like less than 10 minutes. Each intro video is like a minute long. So this might be something that you want to look at just to confirm the very bare basics, because I just don't want you to make any mistakes when you're trading, right? It's not that I don't want to teach you, it's just that I kind of want you to struggle a little bit so that you can actually learn the stuff on your own, versus just having the answer for me, not really learning anything. So, all the videos here are very short. Like if you want to look at all the functions for TradingView, it's going to be right here. It's only 25 minutes, so it's very short. You can even watch it at 2x speed because I talk a little slower in that video. And everything's pretty much here. So I don't mind answering your question, Ellis, but I just want to make sure that you're actually getting this stuff down. So other than that, let me go on to the next question here. Patricia said, price is coming right back down to where news pushed. Started to have the stones to understand the market. But no, exactly, Patricia, definitely 100%. Rav over here as well. Rav said I went opposite when it went to the top on my personal account. Nice. Yeah, so Rav actually caught the drop right here as it came down lower. Still looking at this daily entry right here, but we don't have it set up just yet. See if there's anything else that I'm missing here. Roger is asking, my snipe question was for the last 10-minute green candle. All right, Roger, let me check this real quick. Sorry, I did miss your question. I skipped right over it. Sorry, so Roger said the last green candle. I'm thinking, were you talking about this one right here, Roger? Let me see if I can find the zones right here. I'll just mark up these zones right now. Sorry, Roger, I missed your question earlier. So if you want to confirm which one was it, or if you can just give me the timestamp, that'll probably be better for me to confirm which one you're referring to. Just want to make sure that we're actually looking at the one that you are talking about. I have these zones right here, John. I'm just drawing on my zones so that we can identify which one you're referring to. Okay, so your message right here, let's see, you're okay, I'm just gonna look at your timestamp, 6:53. So 6:53. Okay, so you sent that message at 6:53. You're asking about the previous green candle. So this previous green candle right here, this one right here wouldn't be a valid entry. And the reason for that is because, let me just put the requirements here again for the snipe strategy. So for the snipe, I'll just delete this. For the snipe strategy right here, the first requirement is going to be a wick rejection off any K2 pivot. Looking at this green candle right here, there is no rejection off any pivot. So with that said, there's no entry available there. If you're referring to this one right here at 610, this would be a valid entry. And the reason for that is because we do have a rejection off the K2 pivot. And we also have a rejection off the K2 SR zone, which is this pink box right here. So the first requirement, wick rejection off any K2 pivot. This green pivot's a rejection. Requirement number 2, wick rejection off the K2 SR zone. And I'll just rewind this to show you. So rejection off pivot, rejection off zone. The pivot isn't touching the body. We have a buy signal right here. We enter on the open of the following candle, which would be right there. TP stop loss is going to be 500 pips both ways. We let it run, and there you go, full TP off that trade right there with no drawdown. So that would be the only valid entry for a snipe. This one right here wouldn't be a valid entry for the obvious reasons. But I think that answered your question. Let me go scroll down a little bit. Okay, perfect, got it. Oh yeah, okay, perfect. So that's one that you were referring to. Yeah, so nothing right here, but there was something right here. All right, let me scroll up real quick and see what else I am missing. All right, let me scroll down real quick. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any questions. So if you guys have any other questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. I can answer whatever questions you guys have. Let's see. Yeah, so Justin Guy just said snipes for a sell. So technically, well, this right here, it wouldn't be a sell because we don't have a sell signal here, Justin. So I know it looks like a good one. This would have been like solid move right here, right? But I wouldn't have taken it because it didn't fit the last requirement. The original strategy didn't have this fourth requirement here. I just added this to increase the win rate. So if you wanted to take off the fourth requirement, this would technically be a valid entry, but it would be, considered risky because it doesn't fit all of the requirements here. However, if you did take this trade right here, it would have been a good entry because, if you just take off, so if I just X out requirement 4, because this is new, I added this later. Before it was just these 3 requirements here, but what happened was I was starting to run into a couple losses because we get into some fake outs, and I would just I would go back and just add something right here to make the win rate better. But if you wanted to use the original strategy, like if you look at the original snipe strategy, it didn't have this fourth requirement. So, wick rejection off the pivot, wick rejection off the structure, the pivot isn't touching the body, you could have taken this for a sell. And yeah, this definitely would have hit your TP there if that was the case. Straight, like it literally went straight to TP with like no drawdown. So this would have been a good, sell right there. However, if you're using the updated strategy with a momentum requirement, then it wouldn't be valid because the most recent signal before that was a buy signal. There was no sell signal prior to that entry. Other than that, let's see. Roger's asking, what strategy trades are people taking? Hasn't the only valid signal since market been the breakout? I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. So a lot of these trades that people have taken earlier in the day, Roger. So just looking at people's profits here. So let me just look at Owen real quick. Owen locked in a total of 1,672. So nice work, Owen. Great profit right there. And he took all of these from this morning. So these are actually recent from this morning. He took the sell and then he took a buy. So for that right there, he took I'm not sure he might have taken that before the market opened. So it's kind of hard for me to tell what time people take trades because the timestamps are different here. Let me see if I can find something here like Jamie. Okay, so Jamie took trades here. You can see Jamie's trades here, Roger. She took him before open. So right here, the buy that we took for the breakout, this is at 6:33. So she took the breakout there, but these right here are from 5 o'clock. So she took this trade at 5:51, 5:32, 5:30, basically around 5 o'clock the entire morning. So she took these trades right here. There's like one right here. There's one right here. There's one right here. There's one right here. So she took about 3 or 4 trades right here around this area before market open. And that's usually, that's the case. A lot of these people trade before market open. So that's why they have more trades. For me personally, I only took 1 trade. You guys saw what I took. I also took that speculative trade before that. But most of the time people are taking trades before the market is open. I mean, unless you want to ask them personally, you can ask in the group like what strategies people are applying. They might be applying something else because we do have like 8 different strategies in the course. So they could be applying a different strategy, but I can't say for sure. But just looking at these timestamps here, Jamie took all these trades like at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, like at different times. The only trade she took here was at 6 o'clock, which was the breakout, which is what we took here together. Let's see, Tiana over here locked in a total of 1,118. Nice work, Tiana. All right, yeah, so you guys are doing pretty good so far. For the most part, a lot of people are applying some pretty good strategies here with applying these to these crazy markets. But I mean, everything looks pretty solid for the most part. Also right here, Kip, the pending sell is still pending. We have about 1 minute and 4 seconds left on this. Let's see. All right. So this might be a possible entry here. We got about 40 seconds left on it. Let me scroll down real quick and see what else we did. Nice. Yeah. So Rav said I did the daily 2 buy yesterday. I texted you and it hit TP a sell for today. And yeah, no, exactly. So Rav's looking for the sell here off the daily as well. Like I mentioned, if I do take this trade, I'm going to take it with a small lot size. Just the 1 lot, it's like very, very small compared to what I normally take. And I'm just going to let it run. All right, so let me delete that right there. Change the requirements here for the daily entry. We just need this to close. Close. and it closed. So what I'm going to do here is I'm not going to enter right away. I'm going to wait for it to pull back. The key with taking this daily entry is you don't want to hop in too late. You want to hop in at the actual entry point. If it doesn't come back to the entry point, then I'm just going to miss the trade. But this is something that you can make a lot of profit if you wait for a discount. I don't recommend anyone do that, but if you know what you're doing, you can do it. Because like I mentioned yesterday, so Kip, remember how this entry pulled back right here off the daily? Like if, say for example here, if you waited for the dip, right? Because it's going to have to dip eventually. You can see how price is moving right here. It's going to have to retrace back up. It's just, it made too big of a move. So looking at this right here, imagine if you entered from way down here, right? So right here, obviously you'll make 1,500 pips, right? But imagine if you entered from way down here, or even somewhere like remotely towards the bottom around this area, you would have doubled your profit. Instead of making 1,500, you'd make 2,370 pips in profit. So something to keep in mind, like I mentioned, this is something that I learned because I've been applying this for years and years on end. We've been applying this strategy actually for like 2 years before we started doing the scalping because of the markets, like how the market started moving. And this was actually a really high win rate. I think this had like an 86% win rate, and it's a big move. So like everyone was passing their FTMOs with like 1 or 2 daily entries, and they didn't really worry about anything because they would just set and forget it. So you can see right here, just like I mentioned, prices starting to retrace up a little bit. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm probably going to wait for it to retrace up a bit. And then I'll probably enter the sell from this point, and I'll catch it as it drops from here so I can make a big profit off that. Instead of just making 1,500, I'm going to make, you know, maybe double that, add another 800 pips to it. And this is something that you guys will learn from practice. You know, the more and more you apply something, the better and better you'll get at it. So I'm not going to enter just yet. I'm going to wait for a while, maybe like in an hour or so. And then maybe enter at a later time. So other than that, let me see if I'm missing anything else right here. Scrolling down a little bit, Talanji said 10-minute snipe. So no snipe right now yet. Talanji, you're looking at the same exact one that Justin was looking at, this one right here. It would have been a good entry if you took it using the older strategy, but I wouldn't have taken it because it wouldn't have fit the requirements for the new updated one. Nice. Paul just posted a NASDAQ sentiment. So NASDAQ is currently 62% short. You know, maybe we should be doing, you know, I'm going to open up my my opportunities to like maybe other assets, because like for right now, US 30 isn't really moving very much. So in this case, maybe we might start trading NASDAQ, right? Because NASDAQ 62% short. Let me pull up the NASDAQ real quick. So if that many people are short, you know, we're probably going to be looking for possible buys. So looking at this right here, I mean, it's not a big number though, so it's not really much for me to use my liquidity zones. You know, Christopher, we've been talking about this for a couple of weeks now. Basically, we want this to be at the 75% mark. So I probably won't really mess with NASDAQ yet because it's not really one-sided. I think gold might be a better opportunity for us here. Let's see. So it is short right now. So what I'm expecting is a possible swing to the upside. So what I'll do right here is, this isn't going to be a strong liquidity zone, but I'll draw it anyways. So we have a liquidity zone right there. And we have another liquidity zone right there. So this is something to possibly look at. You can see how price is moving currently. If price ends up closing above this area, you can probably expect it to shoot back up to here or somewhere around that area. It's going to have some sort of bullish move. So maybe something to look at from there. Let me go back to gold real quick and see if it's came back to those areas that we drew up. So it's still moving around this area right here. It hasn't really moved just yet. Draw another liquidity zone right here. So here's liquidity zones for gold. Only reason I drew these here is because probably how price is moving. So we'll come back and look at those later just to see how price moves eventually. But these same strategies that I use for US 30, they work for other stuff too. It's not just US 30. It works for gold, works for NASDAQ, works for whatever. So anyways, back to US 30 over here. Yeah, I'm going to wait for it to come back up. What I'm going to be looking for is price to come back, test the pivots, and then I'm going to catch it as it comes back down. So like, for example, here, price came up, right? Came down, tested the pivots, and then look what happened after it tested the pivots. Shot all the way back up. So that's exactly what I'm looking for here. Where it might just come back down. If it comes back down and never tests the pivots, that's completely fine too. It'll still be a really nice move. Let me just put a little alert here so that we can check for the update. So like one thing that I do here, guys, is I generally like to keep an eye on the halfway mark. So I'm going to keep an alert right there. So this is going to be the K2 daily US 30 TP1 for 750 pips. And then obviously, you know, the full one down here. For this, I like to use 3 TPs. And the reason for that's because it's such a big move, right? 1,500 pips is such a big move. If you really want to manage your risk properly, you can also go for, I think it's like 250, or I can't remember what we went for. Oh, 375, that's what it was. 375, because half of 750 is gonna be 375. So what I'm gonna do here is I'll just mark these up. So whoever decides to take these trades, I can give you guys updates. So TP1 would be about 375 or 3750. I don't know. Let me see. Okay, so 1500 divided by 2 is 750. Obviously, divided by 2, that's 375. Okay, so that's about right. 375. Or we'll just do 370. It's probably easier that way. Yeah. So I'll give you guys updates for, you know, whoever decides to take it. I'm gonna wait for it, and I'm probably gonna try to catch it as it comes back up, test the pivots, and then catch it as it drops back down. And that's just me being conservative, right? Because the thing is, I could enter right here if I wanted to. If I don't care about anything, I'll just enter and then I'll just let it go to where it's supposed to go. But for me personally, you know, I've been doing this long enough to understand how price moves, and it's due for a retracement. It's dropped down so heavily right here, it's gonna have to retrace back at least slightly. Okay. Other than that, Joe's asking gold sell still. I mean, there's no real direction right now. If you just look at gold, so if I take off these liquidity zones, you can see that price is just going sideways right now. It hasn't really came over here yet. We're just drawing liquidity zones. I'm not sure if you're like familiar with the liquidity zones, Joe, because I'm not sure how long you've been part of K2, but this is something that I've explained before. One thing that you can do is look back at the previous mentoring sessions. So if you're new here, Joe, which I think you are, because I haven't seen you here like in the past couple months. I just saw you here recently. If you want to go back and watch my strategy for the liquidity zones, just go to the videos here. You can see I trade live every single day. Just go to these ones with the green, not this one right here, but go to the previous one. So look at this one right here, where it says K2 mentoring session with founder Shawn K2 about a month ago. And you can watch my explanation as to like how we're looking for sells here. We're not looking for specific sells. We're looking for price to come back, hit liquidity around these areas, and then we catch it as it drops. We're not necessarily taking a sell and just waiting for it to drop. We're waiting for an actual something to happen to make us want to enter that sell. So Joe, if you want to go back and watch that, just go to the YouTube channel. You can see these are all the ones in white here are my live trading sessions, because I trade live every morning. You know, I try to be completely transparent with you guys. I trade live all day, every day. Not all day, sorry, every day, Monday through Friday. And then if you go back down here, just scroll to this one, Joe. This one right here a month ago, and the one before that. So this one and this one right here, you can see exactly which strategy we're applying with regard to these liquidity zones that I've drawn on the chart here. There's no specific strategy for it, but I explain my thought process in both of those videos there. So it's something for you to maybe want to look at if you're curious as to, you know, why we're looking for a possible sell there for gold. So yeah, just go on the YouTube channel. If you want to watch any of the videos, go ahead and watch them all. But the main ones that you want to look at would be the mentoring sessions. This one on, let's see the date. It doesn't have a date here, but it's about a month ago. So these both happened about a month ago. And then we have another mentoring session next Tuesday. If you want to attend, you know, you're more than welcome to come. All right, cool. Yeah, no problem, Joe. Let me scroll down a little bit and see what else I am missing. Okay, cool. Yeah, so Kip uses that same IG sentiment for gold as well. So definitely a good resource there. Yeah, so Kip said gold has been long on the retail sentiment for the entire month. So here, let me just go on the higher time frame, like that little 1 hour. Oh yeah, it's perfect. So Kip here said that gold has been long for the entire month. So even if you're trading on the 1 hour over here, you can see that. So here's the beginning of the month right here, September 2nd, right? If you're drawing liquidity zones from this area, so let me just show you exactly what I'm talking about. So Kip said it was long for the entire month, right? If you see price right here swinging up, these would be the liquidity zones. I would draw one down here. I would draw one right here. I would draw another one right here. And it's the same exact process that I was just referring to. So Kip said that it was long for the entire month. So from September 2nd right here, price just kept moving around this area. What I was waiting for is for price to break these areas down here. So what I'm looking for is for price, we have the sell signal there. So we're like, okay, momentum is now coming down. Price swung up around there, another liquidity zone right here. And the reason for this is because we're trying to trade the opposite of everyone else. So again, sell signal right there, right? Price broke below. That'd be a great sell at that point, right there off the liquidity zone. Catch it all the way down here. And this is off the 1 hour chart, guys. So this is like a big move. So this is like about 800 pips right there. Again, right there, price broke below the zone or the liquidity zone. And then as price continues to drop further, there you go, another TP off that one right there. Your stop loss might have to be a little bit wider, but you know, this would be a big drop right there. So the same strategy that I was just discussing with the liquidity zones, it works fine on almost everything. So there you go. Good catch there for Kip, because I know Kip, you made a ton of profit off gold like recently, right? So these are probably the moves that you caught here because you're using the same strategies that we discuss here every morning. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else that I'm looking at. Yeah, I mean, so Kip said it did drop like about 25 bucks. Yeah, no, gold is dumping like crazy right here. So the thing is, if you just kept drawing liquidity zones around the areas, you would be able to catch all these heavy drops right here. So again, right here, price moves up. Like, you know, just using these for example, again, price moves up right there. You create another liquidity zone down here. And it just works all throughout. So price goes up. Another liquidity zone right here. And then price just dumps, right? So it's something to maybe, I might even use this myself moving forward if the sentiment is like super one-sided. Christopher is asking, would you move your stop loss in profit and just continue to hold knowing there was another zone right below, or take profits and re-enter? So I'm trying to figure out what you're referring to, Christopher. Are you referring, sorry, because I see your message was sent at 7:05. It's currently 7:33. So I'm not sure what you were referring to at that time. So I'm going to skip your question, Christopher. If you want to clarify, I'll come right back down to your question as I move down the list. Emmanuel said, whatever happened to the guy developing the gold strategy? I've been MIA for a couple months. He stopped using. He said the win rate for that wasn't that high, so he had to make some adjustments. So I don't know if Ivan, if you're still here, I know Ivan is in K2. He's still in K2. He just doesn't. He's not working on that gold strategy anymore because it just wasn't. It worked good for a few months. He back tested it or he forward tested it, and it wasn't as strong as he would have wanted. So he just dumped that strategy for the most part. Roger's asking, are you drawing liquidity zones at the most recent area of support or resistance? How is it different from the K2SR zones? Okay, so this is it's kind of like an open-ended question. I think what you should do, Roger, is probably go back and rewatch the video that I just referred to on the YouTube. So if you want to go back and watch, let me see, because there's a more detailed explanation as to how it works. I could try to explain it to you as much as possible here. Let me just try to, let me go on the 3-minute again. So basically, I'm just trying to find like an example for you for us to because it's different. It's a little different. I mean, it looks very similar, but it's also very different. So we are looking at here. Let's go back to the 1 hour again. So back on September 2nd, right, where we drew these right here. The way that this worked here, how I drew these liquidity zones is that, okay, so price was, see, I'll scroll over here real quick. Okay, so price was bullish over here as price continued to move higher, right? So price continued to move higher. And the reason why I drew these liquidity zones is because, let me see if I can find the sentiment. It's the same strategy that we use for US 30, it's just for gold. So let me see, IG sentiment, gold. Let me see if I can find it, okay. Or I'll just put this over here so that we can leave it on. So when sentiment is very long, so right here it's 84% long, right? When this happens, this shows that all retail traders are trading one direction. So the way that my thought process worked with this is, okay, if people are long right here, where are people going to place their stop loss, right? So let me see where I drew I think the liquidity zone is actually down here. Did it draw from here? Okay, so from right here, this is where my thought process comes from. So if you see this big move right here, this big candle, and people see this big move, and you see that all retail traders are long, right? So every retail trader, not every retail trader, but majority of retail traders are buying gold, right? So for example, right here, the reason I drew this liquidity zone is because if I see this big candle right here, what's like a layperson going to think? Like a person that's not really good at analyzing charts yet, and they're still brand new to trading, they're going to enter a buy, right? And if you look at where people generally put their stop loss, they put it at the previous swing, which would be right here, right? It's just common. Like that's just where everyone places their stop loss. So if their stop losses are placed around this area right here, right, this whole vicinity, this is where I identify liquidity zones. The reason why I see liquidity here is because I see a lot of stop losses. When these stop losses get triggered, it triggers liquidity and price just spikes to the bottom side, right? That's just how the market works. So because in order for them to switch from buys to sells, they need to get stopped out. And when they get stopped out, someone picks up on those sells on the opposite direction. That's liquidity. So looking at this right here, price comes up, comes down, and then whoever enters buy here is like, all right, it's just pulling back a little bit. It's whatever. They just see price going down. They're like, oh crap, it's starting to go like lower and lower, right? And they see price get closer to their stop loss. What happens at this point is half of the people will leave their stop loss where it is, right? What happens to the other half of the people who are just gambling when they're trading, when their emotions get involved, they move their stop loss lower, right? I'm sure that's happened to you. It's happened to a lot of people. They just keep moving their stop loss lower and lower. So what happens is when price reaches this point right here and stops all of these people out, you get a spike in price to the downside. What happens to the people down here who move their stop loss even lower is when price reaches this area, you get a bigger spike right here because they all get stopped out too, right? So looking at price right here, as price comes down right here, and then you can see price comes back up, because this is what happens, right? The market plays tricks on you. It makes you think, oh, price is going to come right back up from this point, but it's doing the complete opposite. It's just tricking you. It's a trap. So price comes back down. Okay, this area right here, right? The whole area of liquidity that I drew, see that big spike? It's because everyone's stop losses got triggered. And then look when price comes even lower. Price comes lower right here. That whole area where I told you where people are getting, their stop losses right there. See the big spike because their stop losses get triggered, and then all that volatility pushes price down because liquidity gets triggered. And there you go. That's how the strategy works. It's you're basically trading opposite of everyone else. And if you want to see a more detailed explanation as to how this strategy works, just go back to the videos that I was just explaining earlier. So go back to the YouTube channel. And then on the YouTube channel, go down to basically go to videos, and then don't go to, I mean, you could go to this one. This is ours, Roger, when we had a session. But if you go down to this one right here, I explain it more in detail. The one from a month ago and the one right before that. If you guys want to go and like have a little refresher as to how I apply those strategies. And it works perfectly fine. I use it on US 30, but I'm sure it works perfectly fine on everything else. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else here. Adelma said, what would be the lot size for gold? I don't know, Adelma, because I don't trade gold. So you'd have to use a you'd have to use a position size calculator to figure out. You should probably just be risking about 1 to 3%, 5% max if you're taking big risk. But if you're taking a bigger move, like on the 1 hour, I'd take a 1% to 3% risk. Let's see. Sam said, "Hey Shawn, why did you draw the liquidity zones on the 10-minute gold?" I drew it on all the time frames. Sam, so I know your question was like at 7:14, so it was almost an hour ago. You can draw it on any time frame. It doesn't have to be on the 10-minute, 3-minute, or whatever. It just depends on like what you're looking for, right? If you're looking for a smaller move, you use a smaller time frame. If you're looking for a bigger move that's a little more accurate, use a higher time frame. Like look, using the 1 hour here, this was like flawless, right? If we traded the liquidity zones here on the 1 hour, this would be amazing. Like you make so much profit off gold, and that's why I'm inclined to start trading gold again, because this works it actually works a lot better on gold, it looks like, because it's a lot smoother. And gold is actually moving like all throughout the day, unlike US 30 where it dies down during certain time periods. So yeah, I mean, definitely something for me to possibly look at. There's a scalp entry right here off the 1 minute. And I'm like tempted to take it, but I also want to take the daily entry. Let me see if I'm going to miss it. I might just hold off and just take a trade later, because I want to take the daily entry over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bank on this. I'm going to wait for it to actually come out. And then once it comes out, I'm going to make, a lot bigger profit off that one. So I'm not going to take this 1 minute right here because it's getting close to 8. I generally stop trading at 8, so I don't want to hold on. I don't want to take this trade and then have to hold on to it longer than I would have wanted to. So I'm not going to take this 1 minute here. If you guys want to take it at your own risk. It just looks a little risky. The reason why I think it looks risky is because price is kind of coming up right here. I mean, it can easily come right back down. Oh man, I'm tempted to enter now. Oh, I missed it. Okay, so it already hit TP. I should have just entered it. I had a feeling it was going to come right back down, but here, let me see. Let's see if I can get a little bit of it at least. Oh yeah, locked about 600 off that. Okay, so I did actually enter into that trade. You guys heard my clicker right there. I entered it really quick because I at first I was kind of hesitant because I wanted to take the 10-minute, but then I just remembered, I was like, we're in the 10-minute trade over here, so it's going to have to come down, obviously, right? So that's why I decided to take it, because I just remembered to myself, I was like, oh, we already have the daily entry running, so we're already anticipating it to come down. So odds are it's going to come down, and that's what happened right here. It came down, and then it hit the TP really quick. So I'll just give you guys a little update, and I'll give you guys, hopefully I can give you a screenshot of my profits now, because I don't know, my phone's been acting weird because I did the most recent update, and then now my phone's like all slow. So let me just give a screenshot of this. Give you guys a little update right there. And I'll take a screenshot of my profits. Hopefully it works this time. All right, so Casey over here said, woke up late but caught some profit. So he locked in a total of 367 right there. Nice work, Casey. Looking over here, Scott locked in a total of 3,241. Great work, Scott. Charlie over here locked in a total of 1,434. Nice work, Charlie. Charlie said, took a lot of risk today, but I'm getting off before I lose. Thanks, bro. See you tomorrow. No, definitely, Charlie. It's a smart move, I'm going to get off right now too. So let me just take a screenshot of my profits. Oh, Ivan's here. So Ivan just messaged in the group. He said he's here. He's not using it anymore. So he doesn't use the gold strategy anymore, which is fine. It's probably a smart move if it doesn't work as well. Jeff over here is now showing off his wins. So Jeff is up a lot of profit this morning. He's up 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. So close to, I don't know, 6,000, 8,000. I don't know. My math is off, but straight wins right here for Jeff. So great work, Jeff. He's basically just moving within that drops right there. And let me get you guys my my profits as well to show you guys that I did take these trades. Because one thing that I don't understand sometimes is like people will call trades and they'll call analysis, but they don't actually take the trades. I mean, it just blows my mind how like, I mean, if someone was really good at trading and they trusted their trading, why wouldn't they take a trade, right? But I mean, it is what it is. Some people are just like that. Like when I call trades for you guys, I'm actually like I'm confident that they're going to hit. It's not like a maybe, it's like a for sure. So here's my first account and here's my second account. Let's see. All right, nice. So I locked in about 1,000 per account today. Not a lot, but it is. I mean, you can't complain about making that much in like such a short period of time. It's just not what I'm like normally used to. It's being a little more careful today. So here's my profits over here. All right, so here's my profits for this morning. I locked in about 1,000 off here, 690 off that one sell that I just took. So the sell right here, that's the sell. The breakout this morning, this is the breakout from this morning. So I locked in about 1,000, well over 1,000 off this account, and then this account a little more, like closer to like 1,500. So those are my two counts right there. I can even add this up. Let's see. So what did I lock in today? If you're a conservative trader, you just focus on winning. You don't have to go for those home run trades every single time. So for just my both accounts right here, locked in a total of 2,500 exactly. So that's like pretty much on point, exactly at 2,500. So that's what I locked in for the day. Both of my accounts just took like some basic trades, and they worked out perfectly. Nice profits today. During live K² live trading session. All right, so it's about to be 8, so I think I'm gonna be done right now shortly. I'll continue answering the rest of the questions. So if you guys do have questions, just drop your questions in the chat. Otherwise, I'm probably gonna be calling it a day right after I'm done with everyone's questions. So let me just give you guys a little update right there. Fuck, don't delete it. Copy this over here. All right. Nice. Albert's up 1,965. Great work, Albert. So yeah, you guys are all doing pretty good today. Looking at everyone's profits, it's amazing to see everyone do this with us, every single day. So other than that, let me see what we got over here. Oh, there goes Tim. Oh, nice. Tim's going on vacation. Yeah. So Tim's actually, Tim's going on a little break for a little while. So Tim, we'll see you when you get back. It looks like you're going on a month-long cruise. So I know you said you're gone majority of the month. It looks like you're traveling. So good to see you, Tim, and be safe on your travels, and we'll see you when you get back. So Tim's one of our traders here. He is actually taking a break from trading. He just made enough profit to go on a vacation, right? So he's going on vacation, and we'll see you when you're back, Tim. All right, other than that, let me see what else we're missing here. Ryan Visco over here locked in a total of 1,046. Great work, Ryan. See if I missed anything else here. All right, so it looks like we're good. Looking back at the daily entry, you can see prices kind of just going back and forth. I'm still waiting for it to come up and test the pivot. Once it comes up and tests the pivot, then I'll catch it for a drop from there. But until then, I'm just going to maybe call it a day. So let me answer the rest of the questions here. I still have 31 pending questions here on the Zoom. So let me just scroll down and see what else I am missing. Randy, so let me give you that here. I'm just going to post it in the Zoom. So Randy, here's the link for that there. And scroll back up, see what else I'm missing. Okay. Yeah, no, definitely. Kip said, oh, here it goes on Believer today. I'm predicting about half candle drawdown, then run to TP. Yeah, you actually are spot on with that, Kip. So it actually came up right there, half the candle drawdown, right? And then it came all the way back down. So, I mean, man, Kip's got the magic, he's got the magic ball right now. Kip, if you look over here at the Zoom, Kip actually said that at 7:19. He said, I'm predicting about half candle drawdown, then run to TP. So this is half the candle right here. He's actually very spot on with that prediction. He was predicting price to pull back to half of the candle and then drop right back down. So maybe this might be time for me to enter the trade as well. If Kip thinks so, then he might be on point. He might be onto something. All right, let me see what else I'm missing. I'm not going to enter here because I already you know, I didn't get my discount that I wanted. I should have entered at this point, because if I did, I would have got in and I would have been up already 500 pips. Damn, if I took that with a 10 lot, I'd be up 5,000 right now. And if I caught this whole move right here, that'd be like 15,000. Okay, it's starting to drop right here, Kip. So hopefully it drops to your TP, just like you mentioned. But we'll see where it goes from here. So let's see. Christopher is asking, technically there isn't an entry because pivot didn't touch the wick, right? Sorry guys. So a lot of these questions came up like 20 or 30 minutes ago. So I'm not sure what you're referring to, Christopher. If you're referring to this old one, this one back here, then here, I'll let you like react. If you guys asked a question about 20 minutes ago and I didn't get to your question yet, and you still have that question, then just drop it back in the chat and then I'll take a look. Sorry that I got caught up with like all these other questions. So I kind of got mixed up with what people are asking for here. Damn, Kip, you're super on point. Look at Kip. He caught TP1 right here. And it's dropping straight to full TP. So Kip, you're super on point with that identification right there. Kip identified price was going to come up, touch the pivot, or not touch the pivot, halfway through the candle and then drop down to TP. It just hit TP1 right now for a gain of 370 pips. So let me just give you guys a little update right here. For whoever caught that, I kind of regret not catching it now, because that was a nice move, Kip. You were very spot on with that identification of it to come back halfway, draw down halfway to the candle, and then drop the TP, which is TP1. So let's give this right here a little update. Damn, that's super on point. Man, so it looks like we're back to using the daily strategy, guys. Kind of excited because we used to make huge profits off that. Like I would literally take the daily entry and a couple of scalps, and I would pass FTMO in like one day. That was back in, I think it was like back in March. So March was like the first time I did FTMO about last year. So Maddie said, I tried to trade NASDAQ but wasn't familiar with it, LOL, but made my money back with US 30. Using the 10-minute just to take quick moves. Nice work, Maddie. So Maddie locked in a total of 1,855. And that's the reason why I don't want to go and trade NASDAQ, because I'm not familiar with NASDAQ either. So I'm just going to stick with US 30 because that's what that's my bread and butter right there. All right. Other than that, let me go down the chat over here, see what else I missed. Yeah, Delmas and Patricia said NASDAQ, US 30 and gold. Yeah, I might. So I need to go and I need to practice with it first for a while before I actually do NASDAQ. Once I actually get it down, then we could probably start trading NASDAQ as well. Let's see what else we got over here. Yeah, Angel said weekly very bearish candle plus negative unemployment claims. No, exactly. It's moving back down to where it was supposed to be this morning. So Delmas is asking what's a good lot size for gold. I don't know what the lot size would be for gold, Delmas, because I don't trade it, but you can use a lot size calculator. I think there's like one, if you go on like baby pips, there's like one on there, or if you just Google like lot size calculator, you can find it on there as well. Kip said, even if not trading the daily entry, knowing it is there makes it a really great confluence for sell scalps. 100% Kip, and that's why I took the sell earlier too. Kip said when there's a 3-minute retrace and finally had a scalp entry, had a ton of confidence in that. No, same here, Kip. Like with that 1 minute, it was like on point. Looks like it's about to hit TP2 right here for about 750 pips. Damn, man, I kind of regret not taking the trade right there. I should have just trusted you with that one. Kip, but it's all good because I'm pretty sure you're in this position. So if you are, you made some massive profit, because if you caught it from right here, you're already in profit 1,116 pips. Huge move right there. Randy's asking, what time will the mentoring session be? The mentoring session will be around 2 p.m. next Tuesday. I'll give an update in the group. It's about to hit TP again. Damn, another one right there, Kip. Yeah, this is crazy, man. I should have just taken the trade. It's all good. I'm not going to hop into the late. I'm not going to get greedy. So one thing that I always recommend is don't get greedy, guys. If you guys miss the move, you miss the move. It's too late. It's already in profit, 750 pips. Oh, this is massive. So I'm kind of glad that summer's over. It was kind of too hot anyways. But the thing that I'm really excited about is that we're back to using these daily entries. This used to be the biggest moneymaker for us here at K2. Literally everyone would take these trades. Like we would just take one trade a day, one daily entry, and everyone would just pass their FTMOs within a day or two. It was crazy. Yeah, I'm excited to see it again. And I haven't been excited to trade this for a while. It's you guys can see how easy it is, right? Like you can literally set and forget it. You set your trade and just let it run, and then it goes straight to TP. So now that we're entering fall and winter, it's we're gonna have a ton of opportunity taking these trades here. All right. Let's see, Rick said had 2 losses over 2K today, made a comeback. So Rick's right back at 762 in profit. Nice work, Rick. Yeah, that's a huge comeback. Imagine if you didn't have those 2 losses, Rick, you'd be in profit about 5,000 for the day. But I mean, it's all good. I'm glad to see that you came back from there. So Albert actually took the sell. So Albert took the sell from the breakout. Look, Albert's mind is blown right now because Albert doesn't believe his profits. I think this is probably the most profits you've done in a while, Albert, or like ever. So Albert took the breakout here, and he's now in profit, currently running profit 3,073. So big congrats to you, Albert, for trusting the move and making a huge amount of profit right there. Yeah, huge congrats to you, Albert, because I know you've been with K2 for a while. Albert's usually posting really small profits, you know, like 20 bucks, 50 bucks, 100 bucks. He's now up 3,073. So amazing work right there, Albert. And it's just the beginning, right? We're gonna keep running this back, hopefully every day now. Christopher said on liquidity zones when you have them back to back. So let's see. Sorry, Chris, right? I'm like getting mixed up with all your questions here. Oh, the daily. Okay. So the daily, there's no wick rejection. If you look at the requirements here, there's no requirement for the wick rejection, Christopher. Try not to mix up the strategies, right? If the strategy, like just look at the requirements here for the strategy, there's no wick rejection here. So there's no reason for you to be looking for that. It's very simple. You just look for the first valid K2 momentum signal after market open, and then you take it. That's basically it. Don't look at anything else. The wicks don't matter. The zones don't matter. The pivots don't matter, and they don't matter because it's a full-on momentum move for the day. So let's see, anything else that I missed over here? Nice. Looks like you guys locked in some pretty nice profit. I'm just scrolling down again real quick. Christopher is asking which video. So Christopher, just go back to the YouTube channel and look at the most recent mentoring sessions, not the very recent one, but the one before that. So, I mean, there's only so many mentoring sessions here, so you can just check all of them if you want, because they're all useful. It's just, but if you're looking for that specific one, it'd be these 2 down here. All right. Other than that, let me see if I missed anything else. I'm just going to try to scroll down a little bit to get through everything here. Alice said, hey, Shawn, what broker would you suggest to trade US 30 for personal other than TD Ameritrade 20K count? I would use a TradeStation. That'd probably be like your next best option, because if you have TradeStation, you can trade directly on TradingView. So like right here, if you want to enter a sell, you just hit sell, and then you can enter the trade right away on the spot. Nice. Yeah. So Kip said 3 days in a row, it did a half candle drawdown. So that's a good thing to see there, Kip. So like Kip started to identify things because he's been looking at the previous daily entries, and he started to notice that it would always go back half candle and come right back down. Smart move right there, Kip. So I'm definitely going to start looking at that as well. Emmanuel said we're going to full TP on the daily. I mean, if you want to. So like the reason why we have multiple TPs is because I'm giving you guys options to move your stop loss and profit. So I mean, it's really up to whoever the trader is, Emmanuel. If you want to hold it to full TP, you can hold it to full TP. If you want to move your stop loss and profit, you know, you can move your stop loss and profit. Generally, I don't like holding the trade past noon or like past like 10. So if it gets closer to 10, I generally want to move my stop loss in profit. I'm not in the position, so I can't really say what I would do because I don't have any connection to this trade right now. Personally, I probably would have moved my stop loss in profit maybe to like TP1 or TP2. If I moved it to TP2, I'd have gone stopped out already. If I moved it to TP1 over here, I'd still be in the trade, and it's currently running in profit. So that's something that you could do. So if you're asking me personally what I would do, I would have moved my stop loss in profit to TP1, which would be somewhere around here. So I already guaranteed this profit up here. But the reason I would have done that is because I would have entered right here where Kip was mentioning. And if I entered from there, I would have already been in profit about 840 pips. So that's a big profit to really hold on to, if I decided to hold on to it from that point. So just, something to keep in mind. There's different ways to do this. If you want to use the exit strategy, you can use the exit strategy. If you don't, then you can hold on to it to full TP. It's just up to your preference how you want to manage your trade. Kip said, I took a tiny lot to test it out, got about 1,000 pips at TP1. Total profit of $10 on a US 30 mini. Oh, damn. Nice work, Kip. Yeah, so Kip took a very tiny lot, like a penny lot, basically. He made $10 on that. If he took a normal lot size, that would have been $1,000. If he took a bigger lot size, how we normally take, that'd be 10,000 within, X amount of time here, like 30 or 40 minutes. So that just goes to show that, depending on your risk, you can make a lot of profit, or you can make a little profit. But profit's profit regardless of the measure there. Delmas is asking, how do you find how FTMO measures gold compared to indices? You would ask them yourself. You can just ask them, Delmas. If you have any questions about FTMO, you can ask their support and they'll respond to you right away. I wouldn't know because I don't trade it, so I can't really tell you. But if you guys ever have any questions about FTMO specifics, you can just ask them. They're really quick to respond to you. Just go to their support like their support chat, and just ask them how much is gold measured by pips, and they'll let you know. I'm not sure what it would be. I'm pretty sure it'd be kind of similar to US 30, but I can't really tell you because I don't trade it. If I traded it, I would be able to tell you. Like I trade US 30, I know exactly how much each pip is worth, but I don't trade gold, so I can't really give you an answer for that. So what I would recommend is just ask FTMO directly, so you can get an answer straight from the source. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so I missed the 3-minute here. It looks like some of you guys did catch this 3-minute. I just saw the chat right now. It looks like Maddie caught this and a couple of you guys right there. I'm not going to count it because I didn't catch it myself. But as you guys can see right here, this would have hit the full TP right there. So great work to you guys there off of that. Yeah, Kip said massive pips, but not profit. I just needed to test it. No, it's a good idea that you actually just tested it. Wesley is asking, just double check the daily entry, look for only on the 10-minute chart. Yes, that's correct, Wesley. This strategy here for the 10-minute it's a daily strategy. So we use this on the higher time frame, which is the 10-minute, and it's supposed to run through the entire day. Sometimes it happens faster than others. Sometimes it doesn't. So before, when we used to apply this strategy, I would be on the live session for like 6 hours. I can't do that anymore, guys. It's already 8 right now, so I'm probably gonna get off soon because we're almost done with the questions. But when we used to run this strategy back like a year or 2 years ago, I was on this live session from like 6 o'clock to like noon, if not later. And that would like drain me. I'd be so tired at the end of the session. So I can't keep doing that, moving forward. But, we'll try to catch these trades, hopefully, if they come up before the time that I get off my live session. Lillian's asking, can you trade directly on TradingView? Yeah, if you use one of the supported brokers, you can, Lillian. The supported brokers are like AMP, TradeStation. I think there's like one other one, but I'm not familiar with the other one. Patrick said, what is the cutoff to not enter the daily strategy? It's about 9 o'clock. Let me add that to the requirements here too. Thanks for reminding me about that, Patrick. So it's 9 a.m. Pacific time. K2 daily US 30 strategy. Okay. All right, yeah, so cutoff for entries is going to be 9 a.m. So once it reaches 9 over here, no more entries. So you want to make sure you catch that within that area there. The reason why we do that is because price ends up reversing. So that's why I wouldn't want to catch it after, 10, after 9, because, if the momentum signal comes after 9, it's usually a sign that price is probably going to reverse. So Delnis, looking at the chat right here, Alkin said 10 lots on gold is worth 1,000. So 1 per 1 point pip move. So maybe you want to ask, you can ask, I would still ask FT1 directly, but Alkin said it's 10 lots on gold would be $1,000. So it's kind of similar to US 30, but I don't know exactly what it is. Yeah, no, exactly. Kip said, yeah, man, don't exhaust yourself with sessions. If it shows up during session, mark it up, call it at your own risk, and discuss it the next day. No, exactly, 100%. Vincent said 1 minute sell. Yeah, possible 1 minute sell right here. It ends up closing. You see the 10-minute. Yeah, if it ends up closing right there, possibly. Oh shit! I entered it too early. Damn it! I entered this on accident. I was trying to move my MT4. Fuck. Okay, I gotta put a thing here. All right, I'm gonna put my TP like right below. I accidentally entered this trade here. I didn't mean to enter it. If you guys want to take this, take it at your own risk. I just realized it's past 8, so I personally don't want to take it myself. I accidentally entered it, so I'm going to put my TP like just right below. It's like an exit, and it comes back down. 3, 4, 5. 4, 5. That's too close. Let's see if I can make it a little lower. Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to take it, feel free, but I'm not going to take it myself. Well, I mean, I'm already in it, but fuck, I'm trying to get out as soon as possible because I entered that on accident. Let's see if I can pull out of this. 3, 5, 3, 7. All right. Yeah, that was accident. I mean, I was trying to move my MT4 over. I hate how like I need to get a third screen. I need to get a third screen just for MT4 because whenever I click over it, I have all these zoom windows that are blocking it, and I accidentally click it sometimes when I'm dragging over my MT4. So, yeah, I mean, if you guys want to take it, feel free. I'm not gonna. I'm already in it, but I'm trying to get out before anything happens. So I already have my TP set. I'm probably gonna pull out shortly. Yeah, my TP is right there. So it's probably going to trigger me. I just have my TP right below entry, so I can just pull out when it does come back down. So that was an accident. That was a dumb move on my. It happens to me so many times. I should be more aware of that accident occurring. Miriam's asking, can you write the link for the sentiment for it? Yeah, sure. So Miriam, I'll put the link right here. So here's the US 31. Let's put it in the Zoom. And then here is the gold one. All right, there you go. All right, guys, so I think that's it for this session. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me on email or through Telegram. I'm actually going to be away for like the entire day because it's my mom's birthday and it's my girlfriend's birthday. So I got to go down to San Diego right now. And then I also have to go down to go up to LA right after. So I'll be on the road all day, but I'll be answering questions. So I'll probably have my car on autopilot and I'll just be answering questions on the Telegram on my trip down and my trip up. But other than that, I'll catch you guys here tomorrow for the next live session. And if you guys don't have to trade anymore, I recommend you guys just sit out the market because the market is, it's starting to move kind of sideways now. It's not really moving very much. So if you guys do have questions, just reach out. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys here tomorrow for the next live